Councilmember Argumedo,
Here.
Councilmember Garcia,
Here.
Councilmember Roboyo, Mayor Pro Tem Lainez,
Here.
and Mayor Altamirano.
Here. We'll go ahead and open up public comment. Is there anybody from the public here to speak? Seeing none, public comment is now closed. We have closed session. We have one item.
Yes, the one item in closed session is conference with legal counsel pursuant to Government Code Sections 54956.9, D2 and E2 for one anticipated litigation matter.
Okay, we are now recessed to closed session. closed session. Report.
Thank you, Mayor Altamirano. We convened into closed session at 5:29 p.m. Present were all members of council, Mr. Hernandez and myself. Members of the board were provided with a briefing and an update. Direction was provided to Mr. Hernandez. No reportable final actions were taken. Closed session discussions concluded at 5:56 p.m., and that concludes my report.
Okay, the 6 p.m. meeting will now start. Can I please have a roll call?
Councilmember Argumedo,
Here.
Councilmember Garcia,
Here.
Councilmember Rebollo,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lainez,
Here.
and Mayor Altamirano.
Here. Okay, the Pledge of Allegiance will be given by Assistant Director Parks and Rec, Marquez, and our invocation by Councilwoman Rebollo.
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, we thank you, Lord, for this time. We thank you for this day. Lord, I thank you for the opportunity to serve alongside my colleagues, and I ask for a special blessing for every single one of us. And Lord, we thank you for our mayor's life. Thank you for the year that he has led this community. And Lord, we ask for guidance and just a special blessing for the new rotation that will be happening. May you continue to guide us and continue to give us strength and good health. And Lord, at this time, I ask that you continue to bless every single member of this community and every business member of this community. And we just thank you for all of the blessings. We ask this in your name.
Public comment out there. Okay, at this time we have appearances and presentations, and we have a certificate of recognition for Stevens Steakhouse. So I think Jimmy's here from Stevens Steakhouse, and So I really wanted to honor Stevens Steakhouse, and I know that everybody here loves Stevens Steakhouse, and I'm doing this because he's been in our community 74 years, and it's longer than what the city has incorporated. It's the city's started in 1960, and they started back in 1952, and this family here has just been so giving to the community. And Jimmy today, I mean, just to hear the stories that Jimmy tells me about his family, the people that walk through Stevens Steakhouse, I mean, they're some of them are hilarious stories. Some of them you'll be left in awe. I think that Jimmy Philippon is an amazing man and such a giver that no one knows how much he gives. And so I just want to really honor him, his family, the restaurant. And what we did is we're going to be ordering a plaque that's going to look like this, that's going to go inside Stevens Steakhouse. And it's going to talk about the history of Stevens Steakhouse. And we also have a beautiful certificate for him. But some of the stories that I can tell about Stevens Steakhouse is that my grandma, she's Cuban, came from Cuba. She was a dancer, salsa dancer, and she would go to Stevens Steakhouse. So as a kid, I would remember that she would go to Stevens Steakhouse. And second, later on in life, when I was 21 and can get into an area like that where I can dance. Not that I dance. I wasn't really dancing. I wish you would have taught me how to dance. But my sister and I would run into her. And she was just such an elegant woman, would dance there all the time. But elegant people would walk through this restaurant all the time. And another awesome, beautiful story that I have is when I got married in Cuba in 2015 with my wife. And when we went out to a club out there was people dancing salsa. And we ran into a couple out there. They were from Canada, but they were in Cuba. And they found out we were from California, and they said, "Oh, wow, you're from California. Well, we're actually going to go in a couple of months to go dance at a contest out there." And I said, "Oh, in California? That's really cool. Where in California?" "Oh, some little town." "What little town?" "Well, this little town called Commerce. It's Steven's Steakhouse." And I said, "What?" So from there, I pulled out my my camera, and I said, "Can you please repeat that?" So I recorded what she said, and I was just in awe that across our country, in a place where it's hard to get in and out of Cuba, that they were talking about Steven's Steakhouse. So, Jimmy, just thank you for everything that you do for our community. You're such a giving person. You keep quiet on that. A lot of people, when they give, they're loud about it, but you are just like a silent giant that has a huge heart of gold that continues to give. And I appreciate you, everything you've done for me, my family, for the entire community. And I'm always going to be here to support you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jimmy. So, if you guys want to say anything? You want to say anything about Jimmy, or should you just take pictures? Jimmy, we're going to take some pictures if you could come up.
I want to say, we're 4 generations in. My daughter started working there 2 months ago, so she's the 5th generation. It's to be in the restaurant business for 74 years is kind of becoming unheard of. But the one thing I would love to say is that the word that fits this is that we're grateful. We're grateful for the community. We're grateful for everybody that chooses to walk through our front door. There's so much competition and so much stuff out there that we have to compete with, especially in the state of California, that we wouldn't be here without our community. So even though it's my family, it's run it for 4 generations, going on 5, it has been this community that has kept us there. The councils, the generations, the years, you're talking, when I go back and see some of the pictures and stuff, you're talking some serious history when there was just farms and no freeways. But the only reason we're still there today is because the people that we're very grateful that decide to open up that copper door, which is the original door, 74 years, and chooses to come to my place. Short story, just a few while back, we had this couple come in and they handed me this piece of paper and they said, they asked for Steven Jr. They didn't know my name, which is great. It's fine. And so I go by a few names. Those ones I'll take. So I came down to meet them, and they were probably in their 70s or 80s. And the man came and handed me this piece of paper and said, "We're here for a free dinner." And I said, "Okay, let me take a look at this." He says, "We got married here 60 years ago." And Steven said, "When you celebrate your 50th anniversary," but they were sick at the time, so they celebrated their 60th anniversary, "go see my grandson and tell him to buy you dinner." It's one of the best stories that we have at Stevens, and it's things like that where generations where people say they have come through, or their grandparents or whatever. So, but I want to say thank you very much to the community, to each and every one of you that comes through. We are grateful to be able to help these schools, these different things that we do, and we do it quietly. And the reason we do it quietly is because we know how grateful we are to be able to be there to do it. So again, Mayor, thank you, Council, thank you, community. We are grateful to be here, and we're only here because of you. Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you. That picture, is there a picture up there where they can see the picture? Yeah. The picture that's up there right now, I recognize some, I don't know their names, but I do recognize one, the one in the cool suit that kind of likes to dress like me. His name is Bob Eula. He was a council member, longtime council member. And I'm sure you know who the rest are. Yeah.
The lady's my grandma.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good to know. We'll find out who the other two are. Huh? Now?
Demas.
Demas? Is Demas. And the one to the right was also, the one to the right is Jimmy's dad. Jimmy's dad. So then we have 3 to identify, right? I mean, 2, just 2. All right. Good. Okay. Well, thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy, thank you for everything you do for our community. And it's 74 years and to another 100 years. All right. Thank you. Second, I wanted, we have another certificate of recognition for the Lizarga family. And this one here, Talaku, this one here, I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've always knew that Talaku was where it is now, off of Goodrich and Olympic, right? That's what, and I remember years ago, I'm not sure how many years ago, you guys put that beautiful mural on your guys' building. And one of our friends, I forget his last name, but someone here will remind me, his name is Scott. He was involved in painting that. He was probably a little bit younger than I. So it was pretty amazing that you guys gave him an opportunity to do that along with other artists. But I'm not surprised, because what I know about the Lizarga family is that you guys give opportunities to many. You guys open your doors and give opportunities to people. I've known and ran into many contractors that are now huge contractors, but you guys molded them into who they've become today. And they're very successful people. I know that one of the people that you guys had mentored, David, is Costello from Ultimate. He's grown into the giant that he is today. But everything that he does is a mirror of who you are. And like your beautiful art collection, I see that he's also duplicated that. So he found someone that's successful and has done what you guys do. So I really wanted to also say thank you. I know that my wife a long time ago got a scholarship from you guys, and there's many people that I cross paths with that continue to say that. And everybody always has great things to say about you guys. And every time I run into you guys anywhere, your family is such beautiful, beautiful people. And again, I believe, is Christy here? Christy's there, Christy. And I want to thank Christy for helping me and my staff really get all this together, right? I wanted it to be, somewhat of a surprise. And what we have here is David and Priscilla, Michael, Oneida, Lauren, Kiki, Stevie, Charlotte, and Aliza. And that's 4 generations, correct? Of you guys doing what you do. So what we did, there's a tree that's probably either 100 years old or over 100 years old that's on your guys' property. So I really wanted to dedicate that tree to the Lazarga family, and we have a plaque that we're going to put near that's for you guys. So I'll show you a sample of what it is. And we also have a certificate for you. I just want to say that the city truly, truly appreciates you guys. And moving forward, let's continue to work as partnerships. Anything you need from the city, please reach out to us. And you guys are such a beautiful family, an example. So thank you so much for choosing Commerce. We'll take some photos. You can bring your whole family. That's right.
Members, I'm Michael Lazarga, President and CEO of Telecu. On behalf of my entire family, as you said, Mr. Mayor, 4 generations that are here, my parents, David and Priscilla Lazarga, all 3 of our daughters, my wife, Oneida, Stevie, Lauren, Kiki, and our 2 granddaughters, Charlotte and Eliza. We thank you so much. One of the things that I just wanted to point out was, and big congratulations also to the Philippon family. Jim, congratulations to you and all of you, institution in our community, who we so respect and appreciate. Thank you for everything that you do. So greatly appreciated. Kevin, can you put that other picture up for a minute? So you see that picture, that the thing that's circled right there is a rubber tree in front of the original B.F. Goodrich rubber and tire factory that used to stand on that site, and it's just a little baby. There's 2 of them right there. We circled that one. Some real estate broker friends in the commerce community identified this picture. It's around circa 1930 is what they tell me, and they could only identify that by the vehicles that are actually in the picture. But that was a factory that employed thousands of people in the community prior to it being the city of Commerce. And we had the privilege, thanks to my dad's vision and many partners like yourselves who helped us. That was our first redevelopment project, the first project that we did in partnership originally with Commerce Construction, which was actually owned by the Roski family, big partners in the community as well. And they taught us the business, among other things, of real estate development. What they taught us was that is the heart of building jobs within a community, is to bring businesses back, have them thrive within the community. And so what we want to thank you for especially is your dedicated service to being in the positions that you're in. You know, I know at times like this that are very festive, you don't always get to see the tough, thankless job that we know it is to be an elected city official. And so we really admire you and thank you for what you do day in and day out, and making Commerce, especially our headquarters city, the great community that it is. So we are just thrilled. That tree is now deemed by you as the oldest living tree in the city of Commerce. And I can tell you the generations of the Lizarga family that have been associated with Teleku will continue to carry on the work that we do in partnership with you as that tree continues to grow. And Kevin, if you can give the other, there it is. That was us in front of that tonight. So it's grown a little in the almost 100 years. So again, thank you all very much for this great honor. We so appreciate you. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Michael. And each year we look forward to the CDs you send us. Okay, thank you for that.
I'm trying to get in on the background vocals, all right? Remember that. I'm trying to get in on the background vocals, okay? Hit me up.
All right. Okay, so then we'll move on. I have just 2 certificates I'm going to really hand out. I hand-delivered the others. It's 2 employees that really in the 14 years kind of like stood out to me. So can I have Mario Moran and is Anthony Aguilar here? I hope he's here. Yes. All right. And I'll start with Mario. With Mario Moran, I've known him since I was a kid. I mean, I've known him, but I didn't hang out with him. He hung out with my brother back then. He's a little younger than I. But ever since I've been here, 14 years, he's always stood out, and I've always really pushed the city to go after craftsmanship. I believe that the trades have really died out. I mean, we used to have, I remember when I was like 15 years old and I was working for the city during the summer programs, that we had real craftsmanship. We had employees that knew carpentry, that knew electrical, that knew plumbing, and they were dedicated to that. And within, like, throughout the years, I feel like we've lost that. And I feel like we have to bring trade back to our communities and to schools. But what I got to say about Mario Moran is that he has that. Whoever he was taught by, he has that craftsmanship, and he can build things. And behind the scenes, a lot of people won't know, but if we're going to have an event, he sometimes will build a stage out of wood and have everything safe for us, and he would build things for us. He just gets very creative. I mean, there was some artists that came out from Miami that donated some art for us. A long piece, I think it was like 16 feet wide by 4 feet tall, heavy, and he was able to put it together in such a way that he hung it safely and stuff. So really, I wanted to honor you for and congratulate you. I mean, but really for all the hard work that you do, and you have such a beautiful wife too, as a mentor that keeps you in line. So I gotta thank her. But thank you, Mario, for everything that you do for the city. And so then Anthony Aguilar, so with him, my experience with him is when I first got on city council, I came with vision and wanting to create art and do things, but I didn't know how to put it really on paper so people can see. So what you see here today with the arts district and everything that you see that has art on our walls or utility boxes or anything creative was created by Anthony. Without Anthony, I don't believe that we would have an arts district and art to really have out there, because then it would be difficult to communicate that and put on here for approval without creating a picture or getting that picture and pasting it to a wall. And I always ask him, can you please teach me how to do it? He says, no, it's job security. So he doesn't want to teach me. But we might have a trade, because I know how to create stuff with ChatGPT, and he's like, okay, you teach me this, I'll teach you that. So really, Anthony, all our conversations for the 14 years, thank you so much for treating me so well, for being for doing things for me last minute. Sometimes I'm a last minute guy and I'm like, create this, create that. I just want to thank you for being patient with me and helping transform the city. And I'm so glad too that you got to experience like the Benson family and other families when you come with me to your interviews and things like that. So thank you so much for everything you do for the city. Thank you. We'll take a picture with that. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and open up public comment, and we have Jason Stinnett.
Good evening, Jason Gardia-Stinnett. I reside at 6215 Pacific Drive, City of Commerce. This is going to be like a lightning round. There's so much happening tonight. Want to start, Jimmy, God, Stevens is just an institution. You've helped so many people over the years. Whenever we need something recently, you helped with our foundation, the Montebello Unified School District Foundation. We raised almost $50,000 with our Service to Education Awards dinner. We kept changing the numbers. They worked with us all the way through because we thought we were going to have 100. We ended up with 180, but Jimmy made it all possible. It was our first time in a larger venue, so thank you for that and what you've done throughout the decades, you and your family. And while I never knew your dad, I'm a big fan of the Big Jim Prime Rib Special, one of my favorites. So, but thank you for all you do. Also, just the employees. Mario, I've known Mario for many years. He's a fantastic person. He's an outstanding worker. I know the family very well, well-deserved. And Anthony, I had the honor of working with Anthony for the better part of 2 decades when I worked for the City of Commerce. And he has this creative streak. You can give him a concept and he can turn it into, like the mayor was saying, he can turn it into something that you can see and even feel when you're looking at it. The man made miracles, and thank you for your service, working with me. Thank you for your service to the community. I'm still a resident, and I see your work come in the mail every quarter. But thank you for everything. You've been outstanding. Also, Councilmember Arroyo, my condolences on the occurrence with your sister. If there's anything else we can do to help out, cookware, whatever, let us know. For those of you that don't know, her sister's house burned down. So there's a GoFundMe if you're able to. Please try to help out. Also, I want to thank the City of Commerce, the City Council for your sponsorship of the Montebello Unified School District Foundation as one of our silver sponsors for $2,500. You were a big part of our fundraising effort. And thank you for the support, not just with the sponsorship, but also with helping get the word out on the scholarship. With your help the City of Bell Gardens, help the City of Montebello. We more than doubled the number of applications that we received this year, or last year, I should say. We're going into another round, but we did $65,000 in scholarships in the 24-25 school year and $15,000 in grants for K through 8. So thank you all for that. And then lastly, I don't get out to these meetings as often as I would like, but the reason that brought me out tonight was I know that Mr. Lane is up to take over as the mayor, and I'm really looking forward to your leadership. I met you maybe about 10 years ago. somewhere in that neighborhood. It was a Bernie Sanders, it was a Democratic Party vote when he was running for president. So that's how we know how long ago this was. And I saw you then. I was like, this young guy, he's a relatively recent resident. He's sharp. I love his ideas. And I think you bring a care and an intensity and a real intellectualism to all that you do. I can see the work ethic that you have. I can see the work that you've done. And you've been receptive to ideas that other people have given lip service, and you're actually getting behind them because you see the value in things. And I really appreciate the work that you do, and I'm really looking forward to your year ahead as mayor. But thank you for your work, the work that you have that lies ahead, and thank you to the entire city council. I appreciate all the work that you've been doing. You guys have been focused. As Mr. Lizarraga said, he talked about bringing businesses in, getting shovels in the ground. That's how you bring jobs back, and I think that we still have those kind of possibilities ahead of us. But with that, thank you very much, and have a great evening. Congratulations to everybody that was honored tonight.
Victor Nunez Jr.
Good evening. My name is Victor Nunez Jr. I'm a Commerce resident at 7138 Cool Drive. And the reason I'm here today is just making a few observations. I'm in the Veterans Park area, and it just feels like our neighborhood is being abandoned. There's our park's been closed for like about a year now. A lot of people don't have anywhere to go to walk, clear their head. The kids don't have a playground to play out in the Veterans Park area. We also have like our city library that is closed. I know like the water from the last rain that we had probably damaged the roof and probably part of the studs in the foundation. But, like the kids that were probably getting helped, I'm not sure where they're getting help now. A lot of people can't commute to come all the way to Rosewood Park or Bandina or Bristol because, there's a big traffic jam where we live. And another observation that I made today was, I was like, well, let me take the bus. Let me see how people do it if they want to come to Rosewood Park to get that type of help. And to get here to City Hall, it took 3 hours from Veterans Park. And I was just like, wow, like, I just decided to take the bus today and see like how everybody else does it. And I just know it's really hard for a lot of people that work and are trying to get to their jobs or just maybe to an interview or other places. And so it's just little things like that. Like, I think like people feel like they're being forgotten at Veterans Park area. And I think that's about it. I just wanted to bring those 3 observations that I saw that hopefully we can improve on and try to better the Veterans Park neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Angelica Garcia.
Good evening, Mayor and members of City Council. My name is Angelica Garcia with the San Gabriel Lower LA Rivers and Mountains Conservancy, also known as the RMC. I'm here to share information about a regional campaign uplifting Southeast LA community voices. It's called Para Todos, and that includes commerce, and it helps to shape the future of the Lower LA River. So upcoming planning decisions around open space, extreme heat mitigation, transportation, and climate resilience all intersect with the river. Para Todos ensures that local residents, organizations, and city leaders have support in pursuing river-adjacent improvements aligned with community priorities. Importantly, state funding through agencies like the RMC is available now to help commerce advance projects that meet both your planning goals and environmental equity priorities. So as you evaluate future development along the river, we welcome the opportunity to partner with you, share resources, provide letters of support for projects that contribute to this shared vision. Thank you for your leadership, and we look forward to collaborating you. I'll leave my card here.
Thank you. Rolando Ortiz.
council members. Seems like every time I come up here, we're doing something positive, right? I just want to thank you guys for all the support that you guys are giving Bristol. From the backpack giveaways to the mural to everything that you guys have done for the handball courts. And I'm here on behalf of all of Bristol and the Bristol Park Handball Club to thank you guys and show you appreciation. And I'll continue to be a conduit for City Hall and Bristol for as long as you guys need. And again, thank you guys for everything that you guys have done. That's it.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Rolando, thank you. We'll go ahead and move on to consent calendar, and we have items number 4 through 12. Is there a motion?
Mayor, if there are no questions on consent, I'll move to approve items 4 through 12.
Second.
There's a motion, and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Thank you, guys. So we're going to move schedule matters number 13 to the next meeting, and we're also going to move item number 14 to the next meeting. And we're going to move on to item number 15, the reorg.
Honorable Mayor,
Yes.
would probably continue those items via motion. And a second.
Okay, is there a motion to move 14? Yep. Yes.
My apologies, but I believe we have item number 14. Is that not the lighting that we were looking to get done? Is that not lighting?
Yeah. So, Councilman Romero and Mayor and members of the City Council, that item is specific to a grant on the EOC and improvements to the EOC Center.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had it confused. My apologies.
The lighting that you were talking about, we'll give you an update this week, but it's being scheduled already. So.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
For the art?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. My apologies.
So, Mayor, per the city manager's recommendation, I'll move to continue items 13 and 14 to the next
Second
meeting.
that.
There's a motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? See none, motion passes. We'll move on to item number 15, which is the reorg. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
At this time, we will start the presentations to outgoing Mayor Altamirano. We have our first speaker, Kayla Terrazas, from the office of Congressman Robert Garcia.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Council. Hello, Mayor. My name is Kayla Terrazas. I'm here on behalf of the Office of Congressman Robert Garcia. And since he's currently in D.C., he wanted for me to extend his gratitude and appreciation to Mayor Altamirano for his year of service. And I'm here to present this certificate of recognition. And it reads, "Thank you for your contributions toward the betterment and well-being of our community. Your civic duty and selfless efforts are greatly appreciated. I wish you the best in your future endeavors." Signed, Congressman Robert Garcia. Congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Next, we have Speaker Matt Johnson.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Matt Johnson on behalf of Supervisor Janice Hahn. It's a pleasure to be here. Wanted to be here to congratulate Mayor Altamirano on your year as mayor. You did quite a bit. I think you're probably most proud of your dedication to the arts and your mural that you put up in the park. And I know we talked a lot about the arts and how we can partner with the county and some of the art stuff. So let's continue to have those discussions. A lot happened in this year. I want to thank the council and city manager, especially for hosting us again this year, agreeing to host our district for turkey giveaway, which is always a success. We were able to feed 750 families this year, and that was up from 500 last year. So I appreciate the partnership, the continued partnership. All my best to you, Mayor Altamirano, and the incoming mayor and Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we have Liliana Magana, President of the Montebello Unified School District.
Hello, Mayor, City Council. I'm here. Can I get the certificate so I could? Thank you. I'm here as president of the Montebello Unified School District. Here at home, people call me Lily. So I want to start off by thanking you, Mayor. I think this was the first year where we got to work together a little more. My highlight was successfully finding that podium for you, which meant so much. And long story short, once upon a time, I think before we were born, or before I was born for sure, the city council loaned a podium to Rosewood Park School. And I had no idea, right? So the mayor comes by and says, you know, I'm looking for this podium and city council careers. And I thought, where is it? And he says, a long time ago, they lent it to the school. And I said, so it doesn't even belong to us? He said, no, we loaned it to you. So I said, well, let's give it a try. So we went out there, and here comes the custodian dragging the podium. And the mayor stares like, there it is. And we found this historical podium, which I believe the first mayor spoke or gave a speech on that podium, if I'm correct. And so we were able to secure it, we bubble wrapped it, and the mayor was kind enough to give our principal a nice new podium. I really appreciate that, you know, you went out of your way to look for that. It speaks a lot as to who you are. I also, as an employee, recognize that you're very intentional in recognizing people's hard work, and you make it a purpose to highlight them, which I think is very special, and I think it means a lot because it speaks a lot of greatness into people, and it helps them continue doing a good work. I know you did that for me as well. So thank you. I appreciate your hard work, your dedication, and for all the art you've brought into the city. It really does make a difference. So thank you, and congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem, on serving as Mayor Pro Tem. I didn't see you step into the role too many times, but I know that you've done a great job. So thank you for that too.
Thank you, Liliana. And yeah, that podium was the podium that was put there when the city was incorporated and the first mayor was sworn in on that podium. So I knew that it was somewhere in Rosewood Elementary, and thank you so much for that same day. I know I was anxious and saying, I know it's at Rosewood, and then you guys couldn't find it, and it was in a shed. That was like, cool. And then when they were dragging it, I was like, oh no, don't drag it. Yeah, so it's a historical podium. So I want to really thank you and Horacio for really making that happen for us. We really appreciate that. Thank you. All right.
Next, we have Councilmember Marco Barcena from the City of Bell Gardens.
Hello, my fellow Commerce Council members. How are you guys doing? Hello, Mr. Mayor, Ivan Altamirano. I'm here to congratulate you on the service and acknowledge all the hard work that you put into leading the City of Commerce forward. I also want to acknowledge Kevin Linus for your work as Mayor Pro Tem, and of course, all the effort of the rest of the council and staff. I want to tell a little story very quickly. I'm a high school graduate from Bell Gardens High School. I played water polo with a lot of your residents. So as you guys know, we recently opened our Dreamers Aquatic Center in the city of Bell Gardens. For those of you that might not know, that's a $32 million facility. And I was the only council member that was there from the beginning all the way to the end. I used to be a pool manager at that pool and lifeguarded there all my life. But what I'm trying to get at is that I was inspired by the city of Commerce. And I think it's very important for you guys to know that because all the work that those before you have done, it's flourishing now, right? So when I see Mayor Ivan Altamirano working on so many projects that have to do with the arts, perhaps in the future I don't know if we'll have more Olympians coming out from aquatics. I hope we do. But my biggest hope is that we'll have the next Frida Kahlo, right, coming out of Commerce, that will have someone that will drive social change in our community, that will bring about social justice through the arts. I'm also a big advocate of the arts. I relied on the support of Mayor Ivan Altamirano to move things around in Bell Gardens. I've been inspired by his work, the murals that he's done. He invited me to go to the East Coast, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. So I know that he's just doing so much for the arts, and I want to thank him for that. And I want to say that your work here, I know that in the future it will flourish in the same way that your aquatics program has flourished and has left a mark not only here locally and regionally, but across the country and across the world. So congratulations on everything that you've done, Mr. Mayor. And I have a certificate here for you. And yeah, keep up the good work. And whoever is coming up as mayor next and Mayor Pro Tem, we have a lot of faith in you, and we're very happy that you're here to serve your community.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you for your city always being a great partner to City of Commerce. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mayor Ali Saleh from the City of Bell.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It's great to be with you guys over here. Congratulations, Mayor Altamirano, on a great year as mayor. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for you representing commerce and all across Southeast Los Angeles. It's great to see all the work, like they have said, the arts. I know arts is a big thing for you. I've seen a lot of the artwork that is happening here in the City of Commerce. I saw the new grand opening of In-N-Out that you guys are getting. Bell will have theirs open next month, so you guys can come and try their food before you get yours. I have a certificate here on behalf of myself and the City Council of Bell. We extend our congratulations to you for your accomplishment, benefiting the residents of the City of Commerce and the surrounding communities. Accordingly, the mayor wishes you to award this certificate in recognition of your outgoing tenure as mayor for your dedication and commitment to the city and its residents. Congratulations again. Look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Ali, thank you so much. And thank you for your city always being partners. I mean, we've been working together since I got in, and you've been there since I've been there. So thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. And we are now opening the floor for any guests that would also like to provide a presentation that have not submitted a public comment card. Okay, the presentations are now closed. And now we are, next is the outgoing mayor's comments.
All right. Well, first off, I mean, I'd like to say, like, to the community, like, wow, thank you so much for what you guys do. For you guys are the community, right? You guys are family, and without you, I wouldn't be here. So I want to say that I appreciate the residents. There's many residents out there that are mentors, that they are cheerleaders. They're the eyes and ears for me. So I really want to say that I appreciate all of you. To the employees have been great. They're very easy to work with. This year, I I was probably at City Hall every single day. I mean, sometimes I'd show up before the employees got here. Sometimes I'd leave when City Hall was closed. Sometimes I'd be here over the weekend, right? Because I really wanted to understand how an employee was here every day, how it operated. So I got to learn a lot about who these employees are, what they do. So I appreciate every one of you. To my colleagues, Oralia, like I said in the past, I mean, I appreciate you so much. You were a friend before City Council, and I've always said that I'm amazed on how deep your roots are with the community. I've never seen anybody that had that gift, that how much you care about everybody. They reach out to you, and you're there supporting them. Mireya, I've known you for a lot of years as well, 40 years, and it's been an honor serving with you. You've been great with the Arts District and helping me in that. And yes, you brought nerve. I get it. She brought an artist nerve, and she's always trying to remind me of that. Nerve is awesome, and Nerve is he did Frida and Star Wars and many others. So you did bring him. I get that. To our Mayor Pro Tem, Kevin, you could see that you have great parents that raised you. So your mom and dad I know for sure they're proud of you, your family, your wife and kids, and you've been someone that came from the outside of City of Commerce and came and fit in well, and with a different perspective to really help us mold what City of Commerce is. And I really want to thank you for all that. And looking forward to working with you as a colleague in the future. And Hugo, I always learned from you, always. It's been many, many years. How many times have you been mayor?
I think 8 times.
8 times. Okay, I've been mayor 3 times, and like I was a mayor the first time, and I still felt like my feet are still wet. The second time, you're still trying to get into the groove, but this third time really molded me into somebody different, and I learned from you, and I learned from all my colleagues, and I just I appreciate you. Sometimes my colleagues don't always agree. But it's really taught me just to become better, a better communicator, and I use that outside of my life. So I appreciate all of you guys for the challenges that we've had together. This is probably the best, like I've said the last time, this is the best city council that I've ever served with. And if there's any issues that we have, rarely will we show it out here. And I wish every city was like that, because who we are reflects on the outside, reflects on the employees, goes on to the community. So I appreciate the professionalism and who you guys are. You guys are awesome. Ernie, our new city manager, without him, we wouldn't really have kicked off the Arts District the way we kicked it off. So I really want to say thank you for everything that you've done with me, and you believed in me. And I think you bet many times that I think you bet a couple times you were going to lose, you lost your money. So then you started betting on me, right? I mean, so I just want to say, and also our city attorney, not Norma, but Norma, thank you. I mean, we missed you. This is the first time I haven't seen you in years here, but Noel, I begged him to give the hire date on the 4th, on May 4th, and he wouldn't do it. I think he did it on the 5th. Is that what he did? But I really wanted him, it's like the May 4th, like made the 4th be with you. That's what I really wanted. He's a Jedi. He loves Star Wars. So my parents are here, my mom and dad. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get teary. You know, I put my parents through a lot growing up, and I am who I am because of them. So I love you guys and thank you. I have my kids here. I have Anissa. I was 17 when she was born. And then I have my daughter Mia here and my grandkid, Xander. Where's Xander? Little Xander. So, I mean, I'm proud of my kids. I have 3 kids, and one of the one that's not here, he's in the Marine Corps with 2 kids now, and he's stationed out in Hawaii. So I'm proud of him as well, and their common's grown. Proud of them, and also with my wife here that supports him in anything I do. So I want to thank you, Sue. I love you. All right, enough of that. So, what are you going to do? Did I forget anybody or anything? My commissioners, you guys are awesome. Thank you to my commissioners just for always doing a great job with what you do. You guys are also the eyes and ears of what's happening out there, and I appreciate everything you guys do for the businesses and investments. Thank you so much. What's next?
You have the flowers, you put the bouquet together for your lovely wife, and then you're going to introduce the video, and then you're going to remind everybody that real men cry.
I saw Kevin had a tear. Kevin had a tear. So did Hugo. So there's 3 real men here. Yes, there's flowers. Ernie did tell me they're for you, which is for my wife. So there's your flower, huh? You want me to give it to her?
Yeah. I mean, if you give me $5, I'll deliver it, but.
Don't mean to boss you around here, but.
Can you pick up on my flowers? Okay, ready? You made a video?
I did.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a great year under our mayor, Ivan Altamirano. I feel he's brought a great deal of energy as our mayor. He's also been focused, as you know, on art in public places. We're really looking forward to the completion of the artwork that we've approved. But overall, I think he's been great to work with. He's brought a lot of energy. He's got great vision. And I enjoy working with our mayor, Ivan Altamirano.
What can I say about the mayor, Ivan Altamirano? He's an inspiration. I think that he's such a great person to be around. He has this great energy and his eagerness to be here working with the community and the residents so that we can move everything forward.
Mayor Altamirano, I just want to congratulate you and thank you for a wonderful year. You did such a phenomenal job as our mayor with your hands on the wheel, and I appreciate your commitment and your drive, your dedication to the arts, and you've been persistent. And if there's one thing that I've learned from you is that just stay at it, stay persistent, and at the end of the day, you'll start to see things get done. So thank you for everything that you've done. You've been a wonderful mayor. We'll step into 2026. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor. It has been an incredible year. Thank you for your leadership this year and for inspiring us to look through the artistic lens and just really helping us beautify our city with the art. It's been a great year, and I look forward to serving next to you for many more.
Hello, my name is Ivan Altamirano, and I am the mayor from the end of 2024
through 2025 of December. I had an amazing experience being the mayor. This is the third time I'm mayor. This time around, becoming the mayor, I think was significant. I was going to be relentless about it, and we were able to create a path that brings in revenue for art, and we've raised about $2 million for art, and that revenue is going to continue to come in for the rest of City of Commerce, right? It's never really going to stop. One of the things that I got inspired by was a gentleman, his name is Tony Goldman, and he has a daughter, her name is Jessica Goldman, and they actually transformed a part of Miami. It's called Wynwood, and they created an arts district in that area, and they also created a art gallery and museum, and that art gallery museum brings in about $20 to $30 million a month on just entry fees. And that was kind of like my mission and inspiration to create something like that in City of Commerce. So we started to put art everywhere, and I'm just proud to have a lot of artists, like Chicano artists that have been painting since the 1970s. They're already in art galleries, well known, and we have them throughout our city. I would love to create an arts walk where tourists can figure out where our art is and they can walk around, but also to create a brewery district, food district, where our residents no longer have to leave City of Commerce to go eat somewhere and enjoy their evenings, that it can all happen here in City of Commerce, and it's possible. There's so much to do here. There's so much potential. There's no other cities that really have what we have, like Camp Commerce. There's hardly any cities that have things like that. So I think we're truly blessed to live in this city and to have the programs that we have. I grew up here in the Rosewood area, and it's very, very significant for me because when I was younger, I got into a gang at 15 years old. My first kid was born at 17 years old. And then I ended up dropping out of high school. My last high school was Vail, and I ended up going to juvenile hall. So I tell people that I went from juvenile hall to city hall, from the hood to doing good. I love how the city, the employees here, when I was growing up, like Robert Chavez and many others, that made a difference in my life, that cared about me enough, that pulled me out of that. So by the time I was 19 years old, I was able to start to change my life, and I went to LA Trade Tech, and then I went to Rio Hondo College, and I got my GED, my AS degree, and then I started up some businesses, and I own some homes here in City of Commerce, and City of Commerce is my home. I would say probably about 11, 12 years ago, I went to a convention out in Las Vegas. There, I ended up talking to an In-N-Out rep, and I asked them if they were interested in ever coming to City of Commerce, and they said they're open to coming to cities in the Southeast. But what ended up happening was that I spoke to Steve Craig, the owner of the Citadel, and he knows the owner of In-N-Out. So they started discussions, and she agreed that yes, they'll put it in and out in the City of Commerce, and it's taken over a decade. But I'm very, very excited because December 8th, we're gonna put a shovel in the ground and go look at the property. They've already started, so In-N-Out's coming very, very soon. I know that the residents have been waiting for an In-N-Out, so thank you for your patience. It's finally happened. I didn't give up on it. No one gave up on it. It's going to come. In-N-Out is on its way. But my mission is to make it easy for businesses to come in and to transform Washington Boulevard, so that way we can go to these businesses, walk in, and it's a service for the residents to create revenue for the city, so we can continue better and bigger programs. And I just really wanted to take this moment to really thank all the council members. I really wanted to thank our council member, Hugo Argumedo, that comes with a lot of experience. He's been mayor multiple times, maybe 5, 6, 7 times, not sure. But he's very experienced, and I'm proud to work with him. And I think we're fortunate to have someone with so much experience. And wanted to thank Councilwoman Oralia Rebollo, who's been mayor in the past as well. And she's been a great friend, and she was an employee as well, so she gets it. She brings a lot to City of Commerce, and I love how she's deeply, deeply connected to the community, which is awesome and amazing. And I also wanted to thank Councilwoman Mireya Garcia, which I've known her since I was probably 8, 9, 10 years old, and she's been a great friend since, so I'm glad to have her too.
and also our Mayor Pro Tem Kevin Lainez. He's been a great person here as an elected, helping transform City of Commerce, bring a different perspective. So I just want to say I learned from all my colleagues. I care deeply about all of you. Thank you for supporting my mayorship. And I also wanted to thank city staff. There's city staff here still that when I was a kid, you were here and you were a mentor back then. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you and continue to do a good job. And I just want to really thank the community as well. You guys are awesome. You know, you guys are like family to me. But also I just wanted to really thank my family too for supporting me through this journey of already 14 years as an elected, and most of all, I wanted to thank my wife, Susie Altamirano, for always supporting everything that I do. Looking forward to continuing to transform the city and work with everybody. Thank you so much. Love you all.
From the hood to doing good, yeah. From bail to jail, today I prevail, right? That's from juvenile hall to city hall. Thank you, city, for making me who I am today. I appreciate and love this city so much. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Mayor, and thank you for your service this past year. Your passion, your drive, and your commitment to the arts and everything that you're passionate about is really inspiring. And you know, the one thing that I think that everyone can say here and they see is that you're visionary, right? And sometimes you dream really big, and sometimes people don't understand what's going on in here, but I know you do, right? And you feel it, and it's in your heart. And the one thing that I do appreciate about you, outside of being the best dressed mayor in Southern California, is that you're persistent. You keep at it, right? And I think you've been in public office long enough to know that if you're not persistent, if you're not tenacious, if you're not continuing to go after it and follow up, it may not get done, right? And so congratulations on a wonderful year. It was strong, it was terrific. You did some great things this past year. And on behalf of the city and the city council, I'd like to present you with this plaque to commemorate your mayorship.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything. I'd like to invite the city council to take a picture.
He was almost there. 5, 6, 7.
Where are we at with this here? All right. Well, we're gonna go to the city.
We are actually going to open the floor for city council comments. So we will start with Councilmember Argumento.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's my fault. I gave it wrong direction.
Sorry.
It's a reorganization.
The reorg. Okay. So we're gonna now start the reorg, and I wanted to appoint our Mayor Pro Tem Kevin Lainez to step in and be the next mayor.
I would second that.
There's a motion. There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And any opposed? Seeing none. Congratulations, Mayor.
So this is the part where we start playing musical chairs, so bear with us. Well, the lights sure are brighter from here, aren't they?
Yeah.
I do have some things to say, but we don't have a mayor pro tem. So let's take care of that first, right?
And I would like to appoint Mireya Garcia as the mayor pro tem.
I'll second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your new mayor pro tem, Mireya Garcia. All right, well, that was smooth, wasn't it? So first of all, I'd like to thank our outgoing mayor, Ivan Altamirano. Congratulations on a strong and terrific 2025. I know I've shared a lot of my thoughts already on your year, but it was great. You know, a lot of good things happened under your leadership. And again, I appreciate your passion, your drive, and your commitment to the arts. And we'll work together to make sure that that mission continues in 2026.
Thank you.
To Councilwoman Rebollo, Oralia, thank you. Thank you for believing in me, for your support and mentorship over the years, for helping me on my journey to the dais, and for being a true shining example of what good people-focused leadership looks like. I know that we don't always see eye to eye, but we always respect each other's views. And we always want what's best for our city. And at the end of the day, that's where every conversation should start and end. Thank you. To the rest of our council, let's give her a round of applause. Let's do it. Let's do it. We might be here a while, so just get comfortable. To the rest of our council, Vice Mayor or Mayor Pro Tem Garcia, congratulations. Councilmember Argumedo, thank you both for your support this evening and trusting me to put my hands on the wheel. It means a lot. You two are very dedicated to this community, it's apparent. And I appreciate everything that you've done, and I feel fortunate to have two great colleagues. So thank you. To our city manager, Ernie Hernandez, and our city employees, thank you for all that you do to make Commerce what it is. Commerce is a great place where businesses can thrive, but it's an even better place to raise your family. So thank you for everything that you do. To my commissioners out in the crowd, put your hands up, raise your hands. Thank you for being such a dedicated group of public servants. You're all so busy, right? You have work, you have your families, and everything in between. Yet you volunteer your free time to help make Commerce a better place for this community. So thank you for everything that you do. And thank you in advance, because 2026 is going to be a busy year, and I need you to keep stepping up to the plate. To my dad in the crowd, that handsome gentleman right over there, thank you. Thank you for teaching me the virtue of patience and how to pick my battles. You see, when I was a kid, I used to pitch Little League, and after my dad would get off of work, we'd have pitching matchups head-to-head, about 3 innings, to see who had the better control or the fewest walks. And I would call balls and strikes if he were pitching, and vice versa. My dad was a tough umpire. That strike zone was small. But If he saw that I was having a bad day, or he saw that something was eating at me and I was in my head, he knew to be a little bit more liberal with that strike zone. So thank you, Dad. I noticed, and I appreciate you being here tonight. To my mom, thank you for everything. I'll tell anyone who listens that you are the strongest person that I know. That is a fact. You've overcome so much adversity in your life, but you have a ton of heart and even more fight, and you always manage to come out on top. Anytime I'm inspired to do something, I know that I can achieve it because we're cut from the same cloth. My desire to help people and my integrity, that comes from you. And I feel so fortunate to have you in my life. And I'm so happy to have you here tonight to share this special moment. I love you. To my boys, Roman and Milo, you are the reason I dove into public service. From being a vocal resident who would go up to public comment at city council meetings, to being appointed as a commissioner, to becoming elected to the city council, and now sitting before everyone here tonight as the mayor of our city. You did this. It's all your fault. Thank you for being troopers and being so understanding. I know that I'm busy a lot and I can't be at every important thing that you have going on, and they are all important. But I promise you that I'm busy working to make the city a better place for you. Thank you. I love you. To my soulmate, Elisa, my rock, my queen, you are everything. Thank you for taking care of our boys and sacrificing so much for our family. Me doing this is a choice that we both made over 3 years ago, and I know how much you have on your plate. Thank you for sacrificing so much of yourself for this city and never giving me a hard time about it. It's you and I till the day we die, baby. Although I will say that before I left the house today, she wished me luck, and then she said, and don't you forget, in this house, I'm the mayor. Why would you say that? And lastly, thank you to our community, to all of you here and for those watching at home. Serving you all is one of the biggest honors of my life, and I'm excited for the path ahead. 2026 is going to be meaningful, and we're going to do it together. There is a lot that we want to accomplish next year. But if I could capture it all in one word, it would be to build. We're going to build on the momentum that you helped create over the past year by continuing to strengthen our programming and services, moving our economic development projects forward, including finishing the In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, and the rest of the Washington and Telegraph project, advancing our housing goals and the Modelo project in Veterans Park, finalizing a path to build a Pocket Park in the veterans community to help bridge the gap while Modelo is being built, finding the Commerce Crush a home. Continue to not only create art, but develop outlets to help our community create art. I want to build more trust and transparency with the community, with town halls and a participatory budgeting process. I talked to Ernie about it. It can happen. These are our tax dollars, and we should have a say on how things get used, and we should feel a part of that process. We need to build up our property values and drive economic development with beautification efforts. I think we should look at our neighborhood Fix-It program and potentially expanding it and coming up with new creative ways to help our commercial corridors. And on Atlantic Boulevard, The bridge of the future needs to become a thing of the past. I want to build increased access to technology. As many of you know, we're currently working on a regional fiber optic infrastructure project, and one of my long-term goals is to have our own citywide Wi-Fi. But in the near term, there's absolutely no reason why we can't have free public Wi-Fi in our city parks and facilities. We're going to work on that and make that a reality. I want to build policy to ensure we're doing our part to fight climate change and utilizing renewable energy sources at our city facilities that are incoming, all while creating more working class jobs. And most importantly, we have to find a way to build more on our empty lots. Ultimately, this is going to be a year of collaborative achievement. What I want to accomplish is what we want to accomplish, and that cannot be done alone. It's going to take all of us, and believe me when I tell you that this right here is a council that's committed to that cause. Sometimes I get flack for this, but like many of your parents and grandparents, I didn't grow up in the City of Commerce. I moved here in 2012 when my oldest was 6 months old, and I absolutely fell in love with this community. It was quickly obvious then that this is a great city, and it's obvious now, but I also see our potential. This city means so much to me, as I know it means so much to all of you, but we all know that we can be so much more. We're 10 miles from downtown LA. We have several lots that need to be developed, and there's real opportunity there. In January, we're going to be bringing forth an item where we're going to bring in a new flavor on how we market our city to bring in more amenities, create more jobs, and also help the county and the state realize that while we don't have a large living population, we have a massive working population, and that matters. I want this community to know that we have a good city council. Each one of us here is committed to the common good and delivering for our people. We have a responsibility to protect our children and provide them with more outlets to develop and grow. We have a responsibility to our seniors to take care of them the same way that they took care of us. We also have a responsibility to provide an environment where our employees could thrive. This council is committed and shares that purpose. We are building the future of commerce together. My ultimate goal as mayor is to continue the tradition of building a model city for us all. And my ask of this community is simple. Let's work together to build a future that we can believe in, because together we move forward. Thank you.
Honorable Mayor and members of City Council, before we move on to City Council comments, I'd like to just say on behalf of myself and the management team and all city staff, we want to thank the Councilmember Altamirano for his year as mayor. It was him being here, first person into the office and last person, kept everybody on time, so that was good. I appreciate it. You know, I bring him lunch every day. It was nice. It was a good bonding moment. And we want to congratulate you, Mayor, and look forward to an exciting year on growing the city. And each of you have your own goals and ambitions. And one of the greatest parts about this job is trying to melt all of that and bring all that to fruition. So I appreciate and look forward to that. You said to the community that they should appreciate that we have good council, and I've been at 7 cities and from all sizes, 7,000 employees to 50 employees, so I know what you're saying is absolutely correct. And I also know that it's not easy, right? Every decision you make, 51% might like it and 50%, or 49, I guess, I'm not good at math, will not like it. But every decision is difficult, and every decision affects people differently. And I think the community should know that you and our staff in correspondence to that are 100% dedicated to this community. And you can only do that through hard work, through vision, through passion. And I think I'm very proud to lead our staff in helping you bring that to fruition. So thank you.
So thank you for that, Mr. City Manager. And at this time, we'll move on to City Council reports. So I want to start off to my left, but are you ready?
First off, I would like to say thank you to Councilmember Altamirano for a wonderful year. I've known Ivan for a really long time when Mia was in day camp and you were in like Nancy's dancing group, and Noah used to wash my car in his little boots and his shorts. So we've known each other way before politics. And but I will say that I've learned so much about you, so much more about you as a person. And yes, we've had our rough patches, and I've always said this about Councilmember Altamirano, and it's that he wears his heart on his sleeve. No matter how much you've not agreed with him, or wherever you two stand, in the moment that you need him, he will drop that and he will be there for you. And I remember we were at odds, at political odds for a time. My mom became very ill, and he was trying to come to the hospital to see if we needed anything. And the minute she was out of the hospital, there was sopita at our door. And I've always said this about him, that he really does care. He sometimes we think like, okay, slow down, Ivan. Your ideas you're here. You're a little cuckoo, but it's really not cuckoo. It's just creative. You know, he's very creative and persistent, like what Mayor said, very persistent. But again, at the base of everything, there's this person that like really does care, and he will drop anything to be there for you. And you've done it for me, for my family, and for that I am eternally grateful. And I thank you for a great year. I thank you for teaching me to be patient and to just stop and look at your vision first, let it happen, and then say something. So thank you for that lesson. To my friend Mayor Lainez, you know, there was a vision, gosh, I don't know, way back when in your garage. And today, everything that you spoke took me back to that conversation, because everything that you wanted to do years ago in that conversation, you're still there. You've never faltered from wanting to do the best for this community. And I remember you saying, well, you know, I wasn't born here, and everybody's gonna say like, oh, well, you're not from here. And I said, but I've never met anybody that wasn't born and raised in the city of Commerce that loves commerce more than me, than you. And you've showed that in the last year, 2 years, when you were a commissioner, even before you were a commissioner. You had, like you said, no skin in the game, but the minute we had a food distribution, you were there with your family. The minute we needed something, you were there to help. And this is you not even thinking about politics. You were already so deeply connected and rooted to helping this community. I saw the vision there. I'm really excited for this year. And congratulations, you deserve it. And I look forward to continuing to work alongside of you. And I'm just really, really happy to call you my mayor. So congratulations. To our Vice Mayor, Garcia, she's known me since I was a little teenager, just running around the park. She used to kick me out of the park sometimes. Oh no, that was your sister. No, that was actually Moira, your sister. But congratulations. I know that you're excited to step into this role. And to be honest, there's no greater mentor as a mayor than Kevin. So I'm looking forward to the team here, and congratulations. And I'm here to serve alongside of you and to do whatever I can as we move forward together. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilmember Argumedo.
Thank you, Mayor. How does that sound?
Pretty good.
All right. Great job. Outgoing Mayor Altamirano, I want to first and foremost thank you for a very successful year. I've known you for many years. I believe I initially appointed you as my commissioner on planning, and since that point, you've blossomed. I saw something really special in you. Back then, I don't know if you recall the leadership classes that you invited me to join, and I went with you back then, and you know, I could see your passion. I could see your enthusiasm for you know, being who you are today. Really developing and continuing to go to those leadership classes. Unfortunately, I didn't continue. I wish I had, but anyways, regardless, bottom line is I'm really proud of your accomplishments, your tenacity, your vision, and it's something that, you know, I mean, I'm not scared of that or anything. It doesn't really. I know exactly what, you know, what's going through your mind at times, because, you know, I know I've been out there, and many people think I'm sometimes crazy about things that I mention or want to do, but bottom line is that that's what it takes, I think, to bring about change, to bring about things that that sometimes people will look and think, what is this? You know, people may take it, you know, different or not clearly understand it, but I just know that you're very passionate about something when you're excited about wanting to do something, and that's the beginning of changing things and making things happen. So I want to thank you for your leadership, for a very successful year, for being a good mentor to all of us. You know, I stepped into this position years ago, back in November of 1996. And I never envisioned, I was one of the youngest council members at the time on the city council, and was for years, for many years. And I never envisioned that I would be sitting here being the elder statesman or elderly council member on the city council, and I am. But the reality is that to each of you, you all bring something very special to the city council. The mayor said it earlier, is that you know, we have a great team here. We've done a great job, and we've done some good things, and we're all committed to doing good for the community. And I just want to tell you that, you know, each of us, I look at each of us, from Councilmember Rebollo, which you highlighted already. I won't go through all of it, but very true. Great job. You know, Mireya, different perspective, different talents. Our new mayor, appreciate your preparedness, coming to meetings. You definitely go over your agenda, you review your agenda. I know you've gone over each of the different items, unlike me. I do get confused from time to time. But anyways, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate the great leadership that you bring to this table here, to this city, and to provide for the community. And also, let me shift over to our new mayor. I want to thank him and congratulate him for, again, I really appreciate your preparedness, your intellect that you bring to discussions related to city matters. I really appreciate that, because a lot of times the community doesn't get to hear a lot of this, but a lot of this stuff happens in closed session. And this is where we can basically speak and talk to, you know, different perspectives, different things that we need to do. And here's where we get to hear some of these things, our input from each of us. And I think it's great. I love hearing from everybody, hearing everybody's perspective. And a lot of times that's where we shape different policies, we make different decisions, but it's based on a lot of good information that sometimes is shared there at that point, and we get to hear from each other. So I want to thank you and appreciate what you bring to the table. I even told you this in person in previous conversations. Thank you. Congratulations. I look forward to continuing to work with you in this next year and accomplishing some of the things that hopefully will be very positive for our community, which I really feel that we're on the cusp of doing some really great things for our city. And I'm really looking forward to this next year. To our Vice Mayor, I want to congratulate you as well and thank you for serving with you and being patient with me. At times, I think, we haven't always been on the same page, on things. But overall, I think we do see eye to eye in the long-term plans that we have for the city. And I appreciate your patience with me. And I look forward to working with you. And I think you have mentors in each of us here. So take advantage of it, learn from it, and absolutely apply it as hopefully the year goes by quickly and you'll have an opportunity to service for you as well. But thank you, and thank you to the community for just bearing with us and hearing from each of us on this. I think it's great, and I want to just thank everybody who's here. I also want to special thanks to Ivan's parents and Salho Emotion. Thank you. Great job. You guys have done a great job. And to his wife, Susie, and to his kids. And of course, our new mayor, his family, each of you. Thank you for the great job you've all done. And I know you're all very proud of them as well. So thank you. Those are my comments.
Thank you for those great comments, Councilman. Councilman Ivan Altamirano.
Thank you, Mayor. To our Mayor Pro Tem, Miriam Garcia, congratulations. Look at you now. With that big smile. Your family must be proud of you, and I'm proud of you as well. I mean, you're a little firecracker, and you've threatened you're going to kick my butt many times. But I hung in there with you, and really, we've had nights where you've called and we've talked, and during the day or when you're on your way to work and stuff. I enjoy our conversations, and I'm just saying that I'm proud of you on the woman that you've become during the process of 3 years you being on city council, and you brought up an amazing daughter, very respectful, brilliant young lady. Your sister Moira has been an excellent, amazing employee. I mean, she's known me since I was a kid as well. So she saw a lot of the traviesones that I was creating and then coming into City Hall. So I always appreciate her being well. Your dad as a commissioner, he'd be proud of you right now. He'd be very proud. And, your mom being proud of you. So you get to go to work now with a new title, and you tell them what to do now. All right? You could be late now. To our new mayor, your family, they're proud of you. Look at that. Take this moment in, right? Because this is the first time that this has happened. You've stepped into, being number one, a leader here in the city with the first lady. So, your family's super proud of you. You can see it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of who you are. I mean, and I've seen you grow, and it's pretty amazing to see things like that. What you can count on for me is, if you need advice ever, you can ask at any time. But what you can count on for me is really when you cast out your vision, for me to carry the buckets for you as well. Be there shoulder to shoulder with you and help you and support you in moving forward. And so don't ever think that you're alone. You can call me anytime. You can come to my house and sit down and we could talk. We could do whatever needs to happen in order for the community to benefit from what you're here to bring. So you not only have a colleague here as an elected official, but you also have a friend. Okay, so happy to see a beautiful family. Proud of you. Look at your mom smiling. But she's been smiling the entire time, which is inspiring. And I'm inspired and I'm ready for what you've got to do. So bring it. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And now,
My turn.
Mayor Pro Tem Mireya Garcia.
Thank you, thank you. I want to start off, thank you, Ivan Altamirano, for your inspiration in the art that we work together in getting out there, looking for artists, local artists, and thank you, colleagues, for supporting our ideas. I know that you're the one that's known for the art, but I'm behind you too. I bring in the artists. I also have an idea of what we should do, and we're a great team, and I want to move forward and continue to do that. Thank you, Hugo, for your great advice, and I want to say your experience, because you've been here the longest. And I watch you, and I see what you do and how you say and how you talk to people. I just love it. Thank you so much for that. I learned from you. But Ali, I did know you. I have known you since you were a kid, and you've grown up to be a nice, wonderful woman. Not a big woman, a wonderful woman. Sorry. And I just want to say thank you to my family. My daughter is out there. Thank you. See, we can do it. I'm a single parent, and look where I'm at now, honey bunny. And to my family, thank you for being here. As you can know, I'm a shy person, but I'm a very direct person too, and don't mess with me. So I just want to say I'm very excited to be in this position. I'm excited to move the city forward, and I'm looking forward to working with you, Kevin, and to move our city forward with all the projects that we have ahead of us. Thank you very much. Oh my God.
Thank you all for all of your comments and kind words. I feel like I've spoken enough today. So I want to wish the community happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. And meeting's adjourned. Thank you.